Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Frozen Factory. Now this is where our molybdenum vein once stood, but it ran out, so I cleared everything out, took all the pipes out, removed everything, and I did a wee bit of exploring. You know, there's actually a better way to show you. Let's go up here. So if we just go a little bit over this way and down. Now we need to make a little bit of a better path going down to here. But as far as this goes, I've got all the way down here cleared. And it's a pretty good sized vein. 37.8 million. With a Mark II trencher on there, it shouldn't be too bad, and hopefully soon we'll have a Mark III trencher. Let me just do this in the most inefficient way possible. I need some room cleared out around here, so I'm going to pop these down for a moment. And I know they're blocking my light a little bit, but I need... like I said, I need a little bit more room. We're going to put the trencher down right here. And to stop myself from continuously falling in there, I'll put that there. So I just need to make a little bit of room back here, and then we need to set up the pipes and all of that fun stuff. And down this far, there's a lot of chromium. If you can look past this, there's a chromium over there, there's a chromium over there, and you can't really see it through, but there's another chromium right on the other side of here. So this is a pretty good spot. I might have to blow up some more lava so I can make more tunnels going upwards, but for now we're good here. I'd really like to find like 100 million vein or a 90 million vein like I had in my last playthrough, but we might not get that lucky. So we'll put the trencher under here, because I was moving my barge around a little bit. Three by three. That's a good view of it from the front. You don't often get to see that without dying. Although, that's a little strange. It's like a clockwork gear system in there. You'd expect it to be more drilly. Drilly is a word, I just made it up. That's how English language works. We just make things up all the time. So I'm going to have to readjust the power a little bit because we can't beam it down directly into there. But look at all this room we've got up here now. I love these work floor excavators. I just need a little bit more wiggle room this way. Alright, you guys have done enough. And we'll get rid of... well, actually... get rid of all of this. I wonder if I can stand on it when it's not powered. I'm not taking any chances. It will probably kill me. So this is 1, 2, 3. So we'll go off the bottom. And I do have a lens up above. Alright. We have molybdenum coming again. Very careful around the front of this thing. That thing killed me pretty much instantly, if I remember correctly. So I've got a little bit of work to do here. Not really much. I can stand on top of this part without dying a horrible, gory death. There, I'd say that should about do it. The first one will go up like so. And I know I've already dug a tunnel over here, so why am I digging a new one? I'm almost out of power as well. So I'm just gonna do this one. And then I'll come back and do the rest later. Because I've got other things I need to do as well. Oops. There we go. Because right now we have so much chromium, or what are they called? The chromed machine blocks. I actually have about 400 chromed machine blocks just hanging out, waiting to be picked up. They're waiting for me to have 100 magnetic machine blocks as well. Oh my, I really need power. Let me turn off my light. Let me go get some power. And finish this off camera. If I can even make it up here. Oh wow, I haven't used this grappling hook in so long. There. You know the nice thing about being this far down below is I've had zero power for, oh, a good half a minute now. And I'm just now starting to hit hypothermia with the blue around the edges. It's because if you look at the external temperature, negative 6.8 C. You know, the rest of this planet's pretty darn cold, but this is actually a pretty good temperature right here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish all of that molybdenum off camera, and I'll be back. Well, I got macerated, or not macerated, I got trencherized. I don't know what you want to call it. Trencherated. There we go. But the molybdenum is mostly finished. Now I kind of want to show you guys another problem that I've been having. And I've already touched on this a little bit. But my storage for my organic stuff is just ridiculously full. I have more eyes than I will ever be able to use. And even if I do somehow miraculously need more eyes, I've got like several thousands of this recombined organic matter to make pretty much whatever I want. So if you ever plan on leaving bugs on forever, because I do still have 2 active overmines. You can see missiles firing. I set up a little double macerator side here. We got feeding from each side and right down into the middle where the ores will come out. And there's not really a whole lot in here. I haven't even cleaned it out yet, and I've ground up a lot of things. But something with the new patch that I kind of don't like. To change the orders for hoppers, you used to be able to just press E and rotate through it. Now you have to individually click on each one. And you can either select add and remove, add only, lock, remove only. You can toggle the vacuum off and on here, but you could also do that with Shift. Oh well, Shift E apparently also brings you into here. You used to be able to press Shift E to turn the vacuum on and off, but now you got to do everything in through the interface. I do like how it shows you what's inside the hopper. That is nice. And as you take it out, there's no limit to how many things can actually go in here. But so I mean, that's change that very recently made. Like I said, I don't really like it because when I'm laying down like 40 hoppers and I need them all to be add or remove only, for me it was easier to just hit E, take a step, hit E, take a step, hit E, take, that was easier to me. Now, I don't know. I'll probably just get used to this and I'll like this way better. But turn around if you don't want to see this. I need to start macerating my pristine things. Otherwise, I'm not going to have any room for anything. Now, the pristine does give some tier 3 ore. Mostly what I'm getting, though, as you can see, is, well, it's about half and half. This one has plenty of more iron than anything else, but it's free ore, you know. That, it looks kind of neat. Crush, crush. I didn't get everything over here, though, but yeah, so it's just 2 induction chargers with 10 macerators on each. 20 macerators total. Grinding through pristine parts that I read every day on the forums, people complaining about how they need them. Well, I wish I could give you some, but I can't. So if we hop on up here, the only thing that's really left up here is our missile producing system. All of this is missiles. The only thing that's not directly missiles are these fuel canisters. And I really don't even need this setup right now because I've got 700 high energy composite fuel on me, and I've got easily 2,000 canisters between this setup and the one down below. But we're just going to leave it for now because I don't really want those canisters in my inventory. And the only thing that's left over here is the rack railing system, which is the last thing that I wanted to actually pull out of here because I have another rack railing system already made. So now this is really starting to look empty. And now this conveyor right in front of my face, that's carrying iron to the missile system. So that's why we're going to leave that conveyor there. Now these conveyors have power booster, or not conveyors, hoppers. Have the Mark IV power booster, Mark V power booster, and over here we have 3, 2, and 4. This has just happened while I was... Oh, you cannot build with white canvas. Really?
Crafting.
Cover that up, please. This is still here from when the tunnel nukers decided that they were going to crash into my building and turn it into resin. That was so long ago. And we don't need those torches there anymore either. I can actually start working on rebuilding my factory. Because I don't have to worry about the tunnel nukers from over here anymore. This is something that's just been bothering me visually for a while. But doesn't it look so empty? Compared to what it used to, of course. I mean, I had all the mass. This is actually connected. You can't see it, but it's coming from my copper stockpile up above. This is feeding missiles. So everything in here now is to do with missiles or power boosters. And that's just because these are really such a pain in the butt to move. I mean, that one's almost full. And this is really the best way I can think of doing it. Just standing where they are and aiming across the room with zoom in, default Z, and just putting them all in there like this. It did come in handy having the stockpile there of Mark IIIs when I needed to make more bombs. So I'm going to leave the stockpiles and such. What did I just delete? Hopefully it wasn't something important. I guess I don't need any of this stuff here anymore. Yeah, it slowly becomes a process of just cleaning up now. I've got a few more things in here that... Actually, no, I think this one is completely cleared out. Yeah, this one's completely cleared out, too. The only thing I didn't do in here was repair work from all the holes I made. You know, oh, I need to get into here, or I need to get in there. There's nothing to be gained by doing any of this, by the way. This is just for me. I've already fixed this. I had an excavator down below, and it chewed up through half of that. I don't know if that was really noticeable. And my frames per second are so much better. Oh, I cannot build with windows, so I need wooden planks to do that. Alright, I'll finish that later. No problem. My frames per second is so much better up here now than it was. Probably because I have half the machines up here that I used to. And that's generally why I try to move everything down to the cold caverns. This was just convenience. I know it probably would have been easier to get the ore into the smelters in the cold caverns, but I was just playing around with something. This will probably be moved by next episode or within a couple episodes. These guys, these little wasps are flying right past my base. It's like they're not even trying. They're like so overzealous to get to my CPH that they just fly right past it. Or they're dead by the time they get there. Who knows? So I also need to start cleaning up all of this. I don't believe I need the ridiculous amount of research pods anymore. I think most of the research is going to be requiring things like sulfur and things that are a lot harder to get by now. I need 40 more compressed sulfur to finish that one. We're 55 particle filters in. We just run down to the cold caverns and see how close we are to actually getting this particle filter built compared to the rest of the machines, because I can build a particle filter now, and if I'm too far away from building the rest of the machines, I'm going to go ahead and smack this particle filter. Yeah, see, there's only 73 in there, unfortunately. I have 12 manufacturing plants now because I took down all the manufacturing plants that I was using to auto-produce them in outports. So I'm looking for the particle filter. Let's finish this one off. 75. And then the compressor is 27. Particle storage is 63. Oh, these take a lot fewer blocks. 15 and 10. I didn't even notice that. Well, we are okay, we have the chromed. Yeah, so my order just got a little messy anyway. So I'm gonna finish off that third building.
Crafting.
Build whatever I can for the bottler. And then to keep my numbers even, I'm going to quickly deposit the rest of these blocks. Because I can't just have 13 of one and 3 of the other. 13 or 31, there we go. So I do actually have most of the setup. So I'm going to head back down to the magma layer. And if you remember, I completely obliterated my platform. Partly by bomb, partly by getting it out of the way of the bomb. But my platform's not there anymore. So I'm going to have to rebuild it. Hopefully there's... Oh, I need to move the teleporter. I don't need to be teleporting over here anymore. I got enough tubes bringing chromium and stuff over. Our movement has been paused, so while we're doing that, we're gonna charge up Arthur.
Juicing up.
Alright, let's head on up. Luckily, we have at least one block left alive. Just massive holes. You know, the lava doesn't really work like molten things should, in my opinion. But now, at least, we're far enough away from the ground level. We don't have to really worry about worms eating us up here. Oh, I just got an achievement. Oh, achievement progress. Excuse me. I did get don't eat the paste. Finally. And I believe it's got mostly to do with using the paste. Nothing to do with actually eating it. It's nothing to do with feeding it to Minox. I can guarantee that 100% because I have never fed any paste to Minox, and I have the achievement. So don't waste your time making paste to feed it to the Minox. Just feed them rocks. Or coal at this point. Coal's pretty useless. Makes good Minox food. They seem to love it. I just realized it's a little dark down here, but I haven't really done anything yet. So I think I should be able to run this line off here. It shouldn't affect the whole system too much, and if it does, I'll add another one. But I do want to put a couple personal lights up because the magma is great, but it's not illuminous enough on my platform. So we'll put some point lights up. That should... Okay, I don't know why that took so long to connect. I also want to use up all of these blue batteries in my inventory. They are a waste of space. So here's all of this stuff. Oh, let me place it over that. Alright, so we need to start with the particle filter. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Too many. It's 3 high. Misclick. I'll need to go grab those before I can finish this. Now don't worry about the red around the edges of your screen down here. I've actually tested it and you don't die from the heat. You die if you run out of power on your suit, you'll die. But I really wish I could place this up one more. In fact, I am. I don't have any glass on my bar. I need to quickly make some glass. Yeah, I kind of just hooked myself up to some power up here, and I sat up here for like an hour, and I didn't die, so... I don't believe you can die from the heat itself. Oh, this is going to be a shame. What is this? This is a polished chrome lens. I'm going to pick that up, and I'll go get that laser transmitter later. For now... I want to go down like here. Place the battery there. I really don't want this on the floor because I want to be able to run my pipes on the floor. Gosh, these worms are just popping up everywhere. Every time you hear that splashy sound, that's one of them popping up. And look at them staring at me with their 8 eyes. Yikes. It's getting a little crowded down here. I need to finish this and get on out. So I've got the next one is the compressor. The compressor also needs power. So, and a compressor actually needs more power than the filter. And that we will run here. Directly, well, not directly adjacent, but one pipe away, so we're not using too many pipes on this setup. I am not going to be ridiculous with this setup. The only setup I'm really going to go over the wall with, or, you know, I'm going to just make a lot of particle filtration is the freeze-on, because we actually need a whole lot of freeze-on to keep our geothermal plants running at full capacity. I ran into this problem last time, so I'm going to preempt it a little bit. There we go. So this one's 7 high. You think I would have memorized all of this stuff by now. And then we have most of the bottler. I will finish up the bottler in between episodes, and we're going to start focusing on gathering parts for geothermals. But that'll have to do it for this episode, so I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.